Today we're gonna see how to circuit bend a Casio MT-18, which is pretty similar to the, I think, like the PT-30. This just like is, you know, bigger size keys and bigger size keyboard altogether, and it has like this kind of brownish color rather than being white. So there is one here that I can show you. Oops. So that's the one that we're gonna bend. We're gonna bend another one that is already here on the table that I already opened. I already hooked up. Whoops. Right. So I already hooked up in this spaghetti junction a filter, this one, which is a Wasp VCF clone. So it's quite a cool one. And then like an old delay circuit that I built ages ago that was broken, and I fixed it, modified, and hook it up here. So let's have a look. I'm quite keen on this keyboard because I think, like, you know, I don't mind really the sound of it, and it has cool several preset sound that I can show you. So this is Celeste. Oops. This is sort of trumpet, clarinet, flute, violin, organ, harpsichord, and piano. So the filter, as I said, is a Wasp VCF clone, and I found out that the best way to get better sound out of it is to hook up the, you know, the power, well, the positive rail of the power to the actual keyboard power, but the negative, rather than hook it up to the keyboard's ground, I'm gonna connect it to the, well, it's connected already here to the negative of the speakers. It reduces the hum, so there is no hum in the background, and this is quite a good achievement when you use these external circuits on circuit bent keyboards. So just because I'm filming and playing with one hand, I'll try to put an accompanier or something. Let's see, that's the rock thing, and let's put an F sharp. So this is an F sharp, and that's the cutoff, resonance, and this, well, this is the gain, so you can have a look. And there is a, and this one introduces the distortion, which is quite nice actually. It's quite crunchy. And then here you can select between low pass. Then here there is a notch. I don't know if you can hear it. It's a very gentle and subtle effect, but it's quite nice actually. And then you have a high pass filter. And then a band pass. Oh, where are you going? So hard to play and film with, you know, one hand. If you take the distortion off. Sort of a wah-wah. So that's the low pass again. And can check the delay now. Here we go. So this is the mix potentiometer that blends the signal. You can already hear it. So now it's a very short delay, and we can increase now the time with this pot. And this is the feedback. Okay, and now the next stage is, of course, to find the interesting bands. Let me just turn down this one sec. So I bent one of these before, and I managed to find some interesting things, like a sort of effect on the envelope of the sounds, as in the pitch envelope, and it was really weird, and it was done all with capacitors basically, but sadly I didn't save any schematics or drawings, so I hope I will be able to find it again, because it was really cool. It was connecting something here and there, but yeah, well, as you can see, there are many points where you can connect things. So let's see if I can find something. Here you have like a preset potentiometer or trimmer, and here you have another one, and this is the one that affects the pitch. So this yellow one or orange one is the one that you can access from the back of the chassis here, as you can see, to change the whole tuning of the keyboard. And then there is another one next to it. So this is this one here is a 4K7, so for 4.7K. This one is 100K. So this one is for fine tuning, and this one for coarse tuning. And you can see they're already putting my finger on it. It already affects the pitch. And this one here affects the sound as well, in a different way though. There is this kind of like fine distortion, which is quite interesting. And it affects the pitch as well, more or less. So one thing could be like to replace that with a potentiometer, if you want to have like full control on the pitch, which I did before on the original one. Otherwise, you can simply wire some body contacts, like screws, like drawing pins or whatever, and you can have like a very tactile interface. Or you can also wire it to an LFO and create a sort of like vibrato effect, which possibly is what I will do. So here I managed to find what I was looking for. That was done on my previous Casio MT-18 that I bent before. So where you see these two green wires, now if I try to plug it through, so this is my band box that I used to try my modifications. Right, so now it's connected. Let's put the I've tried before like some capacitors, and you can hear that while I come up with this 4.7 kilo ohms potentiometers, it will start to produce a nice squelch or distortion. Upside down playing. And changing the potentiometer, it changes the squelch like to different kind of well, it's different distortion anyway, so you can see. So the next band is something that I've been looking for a while, and finally I managed to find it. So if you look here, there is a brown wire that is connected to this point here, which is just right there, and I will connect this to this capacitor wheel, so it allows me to select different values capacitor, and this point here, which is basically where the clock is. So there is this you know, I already disconnected it from the board because like I'm gonna put a pot in between so that I can change the pitch of the keyboard, but I'm gonna connect one end here and the other end to the brown wire, and let's see what happens. I mean, I know what happens, but I'll show you. There is quite a nice effect. So the pitch is lower. We can stop the sequencer or the drum machine. And now let's play one note and see what happens. Oh, it's quite interesting, no? Changing the value here. It has like some kind of very weird pitch envelope. Which is quite cool. And changing the sound, it will change the way it works. And when you have this when you have this together with some delay, and you can play also with the filter. I'm sorry that I'm playing with one hand and feel me. So you got the idea.